Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Miller coughs it up. Kansas State out ahead. Haggerty slows it down and gets the lane. Volleyballs it out again. Open look, Jizzle James. Oh, it's good in Cincinnati. It's the fifth made three for the Bearcats.
And now we got another steal. This is where Cincinnati was really good versus UCF. Nice lob.
Tillery up top. Miller closes the lid. James, his three. Unbelievable. Over 4 minutes left here in the first half. Reminder, Cincinnati 0-9 on the road, and on neutral side, poked away by Thomas. Oh!
It's very obvious to say now that you can't assume that percentages are going to go down. Cincinnati's hot, and they're going to stay hot.
Castillo able to match with a much-needed triple for Kansas State. Johnson, quick closeout by Zella. Castillo, another open look. Back-to-back threes for him. James left all alone, splashes a three, and a bit of a miscommunication by Kansas State. And Castillo's going to chuck that to the open floor. James scoops it up. Oh, a pair of high-flying cards for Cincinnati. Now we can find that rhythm, and he's hit more threes in the last two games than he has all season. And Miller gets his own miss. Not a single Wildcat in the picture, and he throws it down. The three, no good for Harris. Thomas, offensive rebound. James, no hesitation, catches in with his three. Cincinnati, they pick up their first road win of the year. They improved to 5-7 in the Big 12.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into another episode of Sports Day. I hit the wrong button, but don't worry, we're back now. My name is Brant Daughtry. I'm the host of the show, and this is Sports Day on a Thursday afternoon. We've got Landon Winkler over in the corner. He's running the video feed and the cameras, and the show is brought to you by Barton Community College, offering exceptional and affordable learning opportunities, supporting student, community, and employee needs. We start today's show with the sounds of the past 24 hours, as we always do. K-State fans, I'm sorry. Honestly, I knew this game was happening last night. I was out calling Barton basketball. They got two big wins over Northwest Tech. The girls and boys, or men and women, pardon me. I do that every single time. The men and women both got big-time wins over the visiting Tigers out of Goodland. Both teams have dramatically improved. Barton split with them. The girls won by 40 in the first matchup. They won by 9 this time, and it's because Northwest Tech couldn't stop making threes. Even against good defense, those shots were going down. Either way, this game in Manhattan last night, look, K-State's having a bad season. They're not a very good basketball team. And there's not a whole lot of indication that it's going to get better. But that said, Cincinnati was also a pretty middling basketball team. They were 4-7 in the Big 12. That's a better record than K-State, but not by much. 12-12 overall, a 500 team. You're getting them at home. Cincinnati hadn't won a game out of their home gym all year. And you figure that K-State had a chance to make something happen. Kind of the same way they did against Utah a couple of weeks ago. They've been in some of these tight games. These games have been close, and final of 91-62. The visiting Bearcats take down Kansas State. This game was ugly from the very start. I think it started on like a 20-5 run, something like that for Cincinnati. Baba Miller finishes with a 16-point, 12-rebound double-double. Strong game for Jizzle James. He finishes with 24, 10 points for Day Thomas, 18 points for Jalen Celestine, and 12 points for Sincere Harris. Far too many points given up by Kansas State, far too many rebounds. It's the same song and dance for this K-State team. They allowed 33 total rebounds, 10 offensive, and this is not a very good rebounding team for Cincinnati. They sent Cincinnati to the line 16 times. They only got there 9 times themselves. Cincy goes 16 of 28 from behind the three-point line, 31 of 62 from the field. The math geniuses amongst us will recognize that as 50% shooting, and that's going to get you beat a whole lot. In K-State, 25 of 62, 40%. That's not terrible, but 6 of 25 from behind the arc, 24%. That's not very good. They did have some threes hit in this game. Look, P.J. Haggerty did his thing. 24 points for P.J. Haggerty. Also got 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Nate Johnson with 4 assists as well, but no other scorers in double figures. It was a bad game, and the students are showing up with bags on their heads. And we'll get to this at the end of the show. I want to save it for the end of the show. But Jerome Tang just had a full-blown meltdown. After in the post-game press conference, and both his conversation with Wyatt Thompson, who I'm sure will be asked about this a lot between now and next Tuesday when we speak, and then again in his post-game press conference with reporters, which lasted all of about 2 minutes. For context, those conversations with coaches, press conferences, give or take 2 minutes, usually last around the 10-minute mark. And Jerome Tang was in and out of that press room in 2 minutes. And things are not going well in Manhattan basketball. And, you have to wonder, Jerome Tang led K-State to an Elite Eight 3 years ago, I believe it was. And since then, got handed this very large buyout. He capitalized on the moment, something that so many coaches do. And it's the smart thing to do. As a coach, you have a great season. You start getting offers from other jobs. I know that I can't remember who the coach was, but Arkansas lost their coach or fired their coach, and Arkansas is a very good basketball job. And so I know that Jerome Tang was getting attention from Arkansas, and he parlayed that into a substantial salary and buyout. Happens many such cases, right? This has happened a lot to a lot of schools, and K-State, unfortunately, since then has not made the NCAA tournament. They have not had a whole lot of great seasons, and it's all coming to a head as K-State sitting at 10-14. They've won a single Big 12 game, and they just got taken out behind the woodshed in their own gym by a Cincinnati team that is not particularly good. And so things bad for K-State. And we'll talk more about that at the end of the show, I'm sure. But for the moment, Sports Day is brought to you in part by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. Also by Sutherland's, helping you build it better since 1917. From quality lumber, plywood, and OSB to cabinets, plumbing, hardware, and power tools, they have everything you need to get the job done. Visit Sutherland's on 10th Street. And lastly, in part by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Community College athletics programs the very best in the country. We have a fun show for you today. It's our typical Thursday lineup. We've got Nathan Brockelman, head coach of Barton Community College Wrestling, and after that, we'll talk to Kyle Cree, the head coach of Great Bend Boys Basketball. Big win for Great Bend Boys Basketball on Tuesday night. I was in the gym, 91-66. Hey, very similar score to what K-State and Cincinnati just got down in. But big-time win in the WAC for Great Bend. Look, I've watched most of their games. This is the first time I've seen in person, but been watching the video feed. I feel like offensively, this is probably the best that Great Bend has played this year. I think that Coach Cree, he didn't say that in our conversation, but I wonder if he would agree. And I certainly think that this was a great showing for Great Bend basketball, but also good things happening for Barton Community College Wrestling. They're in the middle of, as a team, not a great year, but still have been very competitive when they've had their full allotment, and they had their home duels this past weekend. So we'll talk with Coach Brockelman about that on the other side of this break. You're listening to Sports Day from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGBN 95.5 FM.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend, or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Hey, Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmys make it happen.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry now joined by head coach of Barton Community College Wrestling, Nathan Brockelman. Coach, welcome in. We've already spoken between now and the home duels, right? Didn't we? No, we haven't? Okay, I apologize. The week's getting away from me. But tell us about what happened. You guys welcomed in Neosho, right? Welcomed in Neosho. And okay, I'm rambling. You tell me what happened. You were there.
Yeah, so we hosted Neosho in Cali. Great Bend High School was out there with Liberal as well. It was a pretty fun night. Had a tight duel with Neosho. Ended up picking up a win. Came down to heavyweight, and our heavyweight pulled through for us. Bumped some guys around so that we can make sure we get the dual win. I think we won like 26-24 or 24-22. I know we won by 2. I can't exactly remember. I know we had to win the last match when it came down to it, and our heavyweight was able to pull through for us there. And then we took on Cali, who's ended up being the conference champions, and we did pick up a couple wins with them, which was good. It was nice seeing everyone kind of healthy there, and had some losses too that we were right there to pick up some wins as well. So gets us ready for districts, and we'll see them, this weekend. So fix a few things, and hopefully we'll pick up those wins instead of taking the tight loss.
You're in a duel, and you're getting down to the last matches, and you realize, and going into the last match, all right, we need the win in this one weight class, in this final weight class, and whoever wins this match is going to win the duel. In that moment, what's the atmosphere like over on the sideline? What is the feeling of the team, and what's your feeling as the coach?
We were pretty nervous. We've been down in that situation a lot this year, actually, and ultimately it doesn't really come down to heavyweight, but that's honestly how it always feels like. So I feel bad sometimes for our heavyweights because there's a lot of pressure there in the duels, and I was super nervous. The guy they were wrestling wasn't really a true heavyweight. He was like 200 pounds, and our heavyweight's about a 250 pounder, and he can wrestle really well when he wants to, but there's other times he gets beat by guys that there's no business of him getting beat by him. So we were pretty nervous, and he pulled through for us, and it was exciting. The guys were excited. We bumped in a guy at 174 to take a forfeit so we could bump up our 84 pounder to try to get we thought we'd get a win, but he lost by decision. But even though, if we would have forfeited at 197 instead, we would have lost that duel by 1 point. So that was still big of him bumping up for us. So
talk about what it was like having Great Bend High School also in there and kind of the entire community coming together.
It was nice seeing the community there. I mean, obviously I know the majority of them were there for the high school, but they at least got to come out and see what's going on at the college, and I got to see a lot of old colleagues, from teaching at the high school. They were all out there watching their athletes, and It was a good night. That actually, the Liberal boys duel actually came down to heavyweight as well, and their heavyweight actually had to pin the Liberal guy, and he literally pinned him with like 3 seconds left maybe to win the duel for Great Bend. So it was exciting into the night for them. We were done with our duels. We had already cleaned up a mat, and we were just kind of hanging out watching, and it was a good night. Hopefully we can do it again in the future.
And so when you're looking at where you stand right now, I've talked about this a lot with the basketball teams, kind of getting hot at the right time, getting healthy at the right time as well. And now you're heading into the South Central District tournament. What does it mean to be kind of getting on the right foot as you get towards the end of the season?
Peaking at the right time is just kind of the name of the game. I mean, we knew when we were banged up and sick that, it sucked getting our butt kicked and kind of taking some losses that we probably shouldn't have as far as duels. I felt like we could have been finished a little bit higher in the conference as if we would have been full the whole time and healthy. But the ultimate goal is to get to nationals and then try to go get on the podium. And I feel like we're pretty much as healthy as we're going to be. We are not fighting any sickness anymore. We got a couple people with some injuries, but everyone's injured at this point. It's just a matter of whether you can tough it out and get through it and get yourself to nationals. That's the whole point of this weekend, is just punching your ticket to nationals. If you stay on the front side and get into the top 2, you can pick up a seat at nationals. But as if you get beat, all you got to do is just get in that top 8 and worry about the draw later.
And so South Central District tournament's coming up. That's going to be in Pratt, correct?
Yep, we'll be at Pratt on Saturday. Starts at 9. We'll be full. We'll have a full lineup. But our 33-pounder has been filling in at 65. He's still going to give it a go at 65 for us. So props to AJ for taking it on.
That's toughness.
Yeah, absolutely. He just wants a chance and a shot at it. And I know there's a couple teams that don't even have a 65-pounder, so who knows? If he falls right in the bracket, he may be a qualifier.
So tell us about the lineup. Who are some of the names that you're expecting to make it through to the Nationals?
I'll just run through our lineup and talk a little bit about what's going on. And our 125-pounder will be Julian Arancha from Liberal, Kansas. 133, we'll have Shane Todd from St. Francis. At 141, as of right now, it'll be Clayton Considine from Halstead. There's a chance he's battling a labrum issue, so there is a chance that we may have to pull him, but we'll know tomorrow when we go into the seating meeting whether we'll have a name change. And if so, it'll be Kike Yanez, also from St. Francis. He's filled in with us for quite a while. 141 or 49, we'll have Brendan Fonesteel of Norton, Kansas. 157, Gabe Sawyer of Lawrence, Kansas. 165, AJ Almanza from Lyons, Kansas. 174, Derek Truman of Valley Center, Kansas. 184, Saron Hill of Wichita, Kansas. 197, Taryn Kraft of Hoisington, Kansas. And then at heavyweight, we'll have Logan Buchanan from Newton, Kansas. I think we could qualify 3, but I also think we could qualify 9 or all of them at the same time. It just kind of depends on the draws, depends on the brackets. No matter what happens, we're going to have somebody that completely shocks us and qualifies, and we're going to have somebody that is a big letdown, and that's just kind of how it goes at the big tournaments. And so hopefully the big letdown at least still qualifies, but sometimes you never know.
Tell us a little bit about the individual weight classes and how things kind of shape up around the conference.
133 is by far the deepest weight class probably in our conference, is what I believe. I think there's like 6 guys ranked in the top 12 from our conference. And we're not one of them, but our guy has competed with all 6 of those guys and have been very close with a couple of them to upsetting them. So if we can get him through to nationals, I think he can make some noise. I'd say the weakest weight class in our conference is probably 197, maybe 165, but I think 197 is probably the weakest point. So obviously hoping to get someone qualified in both those, with obviously AJ being such a lightweight, that's going to be difficult for him at 165, but hopefully Taryn can pull something out at 197.
So when you get to this point in the season, and guys, I feel like at some point you kind of hit who you are. Who you are is who you are, and there's not a whole lot of improvement to be done. What do practices look like when you get to this point in the season when you're trying to keep guys healthy, but at the same time trying to stay sharp?
We're just kind of doing some daily drilling and a little bit of, not necessarily live. They can go live if they want, but a lot of just flowing and almost play wrestling, just kind of working through some positions that maybe they've been struggling with in the last couple of weeks. But not necessarily going full out live to kind of protect some injuries, and just making sure they can maintain their weight and get them ready to go.
play wrestling, is what you just said. That's kind of just getting into, I'm guessing, scenarios that they've struggled with in the past and just kind of trying to work through that at 3/4 speed.
Exactly. Yep, just kind of 3/4 speed. I mean, flow is the same thing, but some people don't understand that term. So just kind of just playful. I mean, just kind of just getting started, getting into the situation, and then not going full out live, but at least letting them work through it to drill through some things. So.
Fair enough. Well, Coach, good luck to you and your guys this weekend.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's head coach Nathan Brockelman of Barton Community College Wrestling joining us here on Sports Day. Big thanks to Coach Brockelman, and like I said, good luck to those guys this weekend. Don't have to go very far. It's down in Pratt, and Pratt, one of the best programs in the country, really, as far as junior college wrestling. And they've had they've had several national qualifiers for the last few years and have really dominated. And I was in Pratt the other day, and I believe they've had a couple of national champions, individual national champions in wrestling over the past couple of years. So I believe is what I saw. They've got the wall of in the Beaver Dome as you go around the outside wall. There's posters of individual sports championship winners, and I know they've had a couple of tennis players recently, and I feel like they've had some wrestlers in there as well. But yeah, good luck to Coach Brockelman and to all the guys this weekend, and we'll talk about the results next week, and we'll run down who all makes it through to nationals for Barton Wrestling. Sports Day is brought to you by Kern Floor Service. Whether you need a new ceramic, porcelain, or natural stone floors, their knowledgeable and friendly flooring experts are here to help you find the perfect floor for your home decor and budget. Visit the Great Bend Showroom at 908 Coolidge to see, touch, and feel the latest styles. Also by Cody Crook of Red Cedar Land Company. Whether you're looking to sell your land or find the right property to buy, Cody takes pride in understanding your goals and making the process as smooth as possible. Call Cody at 620-617-7320 or visit redcedarland.com. All right, this next segment, it's a conversation with Kyle Cree, the head coach of Great Bend boys basketball. Really, really fun experience going out to that gym and catching a game for the first time. Obviously, I was working the game, but was able to call it and just to kind of see the fan base and the atmosphere of the gym and just watch those guys go all out and get a big-time win over Dodge City. Again, 91 points in a high school basketball game. You have really done something. And these guys came out and they were firing on all cylinders, scoring early and often. Big nights from a bunch of different guys. Kind of the star of the night, Alec Premer sets a new career high with 21 points. He doesn't miss a shot from the floor. He makes a three in this contest as well. Was pretty good on the boards also. I didn't have those numbers in front of me, but was rebounding effectively for his position. And really, really fun to watch him kind of go off on a Dodge team that had a very similar record to Great Bend coming into this game. And I think it kind of sets the table for the second half of WAC play for Great Bend. They come through the first four games 3-1. They've got four more games to go, and they feel confident. They feel like they can make some noise in the back half of conference play. So we'll play that conversation with Coach Cree right on the other side of this break. You are listening to Sports Day from the Mayo Money Management Studio here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Looking for a meaningful career where you can make a real difference? Barton Community College's adult healthcare program can get you there fast. Become a certified nurse aide or medication aide with Barton's state-approved training. Whether you're just beginning your education journey or advancing your career, Barton offers flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and hands-on training, giving you the knowledge, skills, and critical thinking necessary to thrive in today's world. Learn more at adulthealthcare.bartoncccc.edu.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Senior Doors, this is Hadley.
Hadley, what are we going to do today?
You have to work at Senior Doors. What if there's another power outage?
You're right, Hadley. People rely on us to be able to get into their houses and businesses. That is why we sell electric operators with battery backups and have been serving the community longer than anyone.
Does that mean you're getting old, Papa?
Not old, experienced.
Garage door service and repair at C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at the Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend, or check out the all-new website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Hey, Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars! Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry here with you now, joined by Kyle Cree, head coach of Great Bend Boys Basketball. Coach, a big-time win for you guys on Friday night over a Dodge City team that came in and is kind of struggling, but is also hovering around 500, and it was shaping up to be a pretty decent game going in. But let's start with the story of the game. And, Coach, I think that was the quick start you got off to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're I think similar record. I mean, if it wasn't exactly the same. So, yeah, I thought our guys were really focused, and we did a good job of sharing the basketball and, kind of doing some of those things that we do every day in practice as far as, like, the pace of how we play, getting out in transition, sharing the ball. So I just thought it was cool. We were scoring without dribbling the ball a ton. So really the key and the main focus was teamwork, and it didn't really matter who was scoring as long as they had Panthers on their chest.
You know, that was something you mentioned to me after the game, because I was on the call of this one, filling in for Hesher, who was out with, I don't know, I think he's quiet quitting. But
old age.
Yeah, something like that. But, you came to me after the game, and we spoke about scoring without dribbling the basketball. To you as a coach, what exactly does that mean?
I mean, it's less ISO basketball, guys. And I don't think we got guys that are selfish. I think there's just moments where guys really want to do it for their team. So sometimes we force it, and maybe we're dribbling into a defender or a defense where everybody's kind of focused on that one guy. So, I just throughout the game, I felt like we were just scoring. No one guy was trying to drop 50 or trying to call for set plays just for themselves. And really, there was a couple times where the guys called some plays, and we actually executed and scored. So I think that's extremely valuable. Is the fact that we have trust in each other when we think about the players and some of the leaders on our team and our coaching staff. And, even there in the fourth quarter, our guys were getting a little tired, and Coach Kuhlman and Ian are like, hey, we need a timeout. And I'm like, I hear you. So we called a timeout there in the fourth quarter, and looking back, I thought the timing was appropriate, and I think it's important that we all work together.
91 points in a high school game. That's a really impressive figure, and a huge first quarter, and I was going, okay, can they keep up this pace? And while you didn't stay on that 100-point pace, I mean, again, 91 points at the very end, and you were able to get some of the backups in down the stretch. A really impressive offensive showing for your team.
Yeah, and just going back and looking at film, you think about Vaughn and Eli Contreras and Cole Fancher and Jaden Prilling. Like, all those guys were able to get in the game and really not skip a beat. So, I mean, that's just another thing that kind of shows that we don't just cater to our top 8 or our top 7 guys or just our starters. We try to coach everybody up, and we have the same expectations for everybody. So, I mean, it was awesome to see Vaughn get in there and Eli hit a 3, and just really cool, and just a special feeling for everybody to score that much.
The loudest pop in the gym came off of that Eli Contreras 3.
Yeah.
Kid who I'm assuming, again, I've watched this team a decent bit. First time I've seen you in person, but a kid who kind of comes off the end of the bench and doesn't get a whole lot of playing time. And for him to get on the scoreboard like that it was a really cool moment to watch the bench react.
Yeah, and man, when you think about Eli, he's about as good a kid as you can find, regardless of the school or the size of school or anything. Like, Eli's just a great kid. In the classroom, in the hallways. I know he's dedicated to his family at home and helps his dad do some stuff. So yeah, just to see a kid like that succeed. And Eli's a guy that played his freshman and sophomore year, and maybe wanted to focus a little bit more on soccer and baseball last year. And I think he kind of regretted it, or you kind of missed it, and missed a little bit of summer stuff, and missed a week or two at the beginning of the season, and he's starting to figure it out. And yeah, just an awesome kid. When everybody just cheers and felt like they blew the roof off the gym, just kind of shows how important and how special he is to our team and our school.
And a big night on this night for Alec Premer. Scores a career high. Now, I there's some debate about this. I had him down for 21. I've seen 19 other spots. Was it 21 or 19?
Who's got 19?
I think Huddle. Said
yeah, so that's what we talked about that yesterday. Huddle. So we send in our film, and I think it's a human that does. I don't know if it's AI or whatever. There's definitely some margin for error when we get some stuff back from that. So the scorebook had him for 21, and Mrs. Austin, she is a basketball guru and somebody that knows the game. So I trust her probably more than the people that are doing our Huddle stats. So yeah, he had 21, and yeah, I mean, he's just a guy that he's been faced with so much as far as expectations, having two older siblings who were so dominant and athletic. So it was hard not to get emotional and just be happy for Alec, because he deserves it.
Yeah, and didn't miss a shot in this game, right? Was perfect from the field?
Yeah, and that's I actually showed him the scorebook after the game. I was like, look at this, you scored 21 points and only made 1 3-pointer. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's sick of hearing it, but just try to emphasize that he can score a lot outside of just shooting threes. So, lots of basket cuts, and Cooper had a bunch. Taven had some at the rim. I think we had 52 points in the paint, which in high school basketball, if you get 52 points in the paint, you're probably going to win.
Yeah, that's winning basketball.
Yeah,
scoring 52
high percentage.
like
I think we shot 73% from the field, which last year, the past 2 years, we've actually broke the school record. And I think last year maybe it was around 65% for the whole season. So if we're 8% above the record, the odds are definitely in our favor.
That's a pretty good night. Talk a little bit about as well Cooper Omont, a kid that it doesn't really pop on film, but watching him kind of post up, kind of about 5-6 feet away from the basket, and just elevate, turn, and put the ball in the hoop. That kid's so athletic.
Yeah, and another kid like Eli, just a kid that does everything the right way, and he's definitely a guy that's kind of everybody trusts. He's got some leadership qualities that are going to make him super successful, regardless of where life takes him. But in all sports, he's just so locked in, and I think he's mentally he might be better than he is athletically. He just, I don't know, just so mentally tough and can fight through adversity, and nothing seems to ever bother him. And athletically though, when you think about that, man, we were talking about that today. Like, if he's pushing in transition and he's going 100 miles an hour, it's tough to stop him. But his mid-range jumper, his pull-up game is pretty good, and he's shooting the ball really well from the three-point line. And then, if he gets another guard on his back in the post, I mean, it'd be interesting to see if anybody could stop him. I mean, Daxton maybe, but I mean, when I think of some of our opponents, I mean, Cooper in the post is definitely something that we can use to our advantage and score some points in there.
You're halfway through WAC play. You're 3-1 through the first 4 games. Assess your team through those first 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, you look back at that Hayes game and just, I kind of wish we would have played a little bit better in the fourth quarter. And, I take all the blame for that. Maybe we should have subbed some people in there, and we got gassed. There's no doubt about it. And but Garden has a good team, and tomorrow they've got 2 guys that can score it just as well as number 0 and number 10 for Dodge. So we got our work cut out there. And then Liberal always plays us tough, and they kind of ran a weird zone, and we got a lot of fouls called on us in that game, so we were in some foul trouble. So there's really no easy games in the WAC, and that's kind of what makes it so special. And the rivalries are pretty intense. So we've definitely got our work cut out because we've got to see all those teams one more time, and not looking too far ahead. But if we can split that with Hayes and kind of share the WAC title, that's our goal.
Yeah, Alec Premer came up after the game and said, I said, hey, what's the goal for the second half of WAC play? And he said, we want to go undefeated the rest of the way, and we want to at least share the title. And I assume that's coming down from the top. You're kind of preaching that message to your guys.
Yeah, and I think that's how they live their lives. If you would have been here 5 years ago and talked about Great Bend winning WAC championships in sports, probably would have laughed me out of the radio station. But now our kids believe it, and they live it, and they work for it. And I think back to the SIT, we got second place, and everybody was just like crushed. But I had to tell them, like, hey, we got second place. Like, there's 6 teams that were worse than us. So the expectations are at an all-time high, and we want to win and continue winning as we have in the past couple of years, and even when these seniors graduate.
You're at Garden tomorrow, right?
It's a home game.
It's a home game.
Yeah.
That's right. You've got 3 home games in a row here.
Yeah, which is unique. So yeah, we're at home for every game except for next Friday where we go to Dodge. So
all right. So
yep.
I talk about the importance of protecting the home court.
It's just a special place to play. It's you feel it as a coach, and I think the kids feel it too as players. And we probably didn't have as many people show up on Tuesday as the kids would like, but the message is just play for the fans that are there every night, and others will show up. And there's just so many things that people do with their lives, and everybody else has kids and other priorities. But yeah, it's just a fun place to play, and our administration has done a lot to refinish the floor, paint the walls, and kind of update those things. The only downfall would probably be our locker room. Yeah, it's a little rough, but I try to do as much as I can as far as like cleaning the floors and trying to make that thing as nice as it possibly can for our kids.
That's awesome. So again, got Garden coming in tomorrow night. Tell us again, give us the deep dive on the Buffaloes.
Yeah, like I said, they got 2 kids that can really shoot it. Number 15, he's probably more of like a spot-up shooter, but in the past month or so, he's a sophomore. He's been attacking the rim a little bit more. And then number 10, he's a senior, and he can really score it. I would guess that he's probably going to be a first-teamer. Not overly athletic, but, man, he's crafty. He can use his body, can shoot it from the inside and the outside. And then I think top to bottom, I think Garden, their JV team is really good, and their freshman team is good. They've got a ton of kids to select from, and definitely a team that we respect. And I know our guys are definitely excited to try to get 2 wins against them this season.
Awesome. Coach, thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Kyle Cree, head coach of Great Bend Boys Basketball, joining us here on Sports Day. Big thanks to Coach Cree for coming in, not just today, but pretty much, every week except for the one that he was sick during basketball season. Yeah, that's a really fun team to watch. He said that he wished there were more people there watching the game live. I thought there were a good number of people there. I thought it was a pretty good crowd that showed up for that game. Stands weren't completely and totally full, but the student section was mostly full, and you had the band going, and there were fans that were there. And like I said, you could hear the pop from the crowd, especially on that last 3 that Great Bend hit. And good night. Really, really great job of defending the home court and kind of solidifying yourself as a team that, even though you did lose to Hayes in that first round, you get them back at your gym. You can, at the very least, share the title if you can replicate those results and play a little better in the fourth quarter against Hayes. And I think that this Great Bend team has the pieces to do that. I think that they're a good team. I think they're a very fun team as well. Pass the ball very well. They shared the ball a lot. And you heard Coach Cree talk about score without dribbling. And what does that mean? Well, it means I asked him what that means, and I like his answer of it's not isolation ball. It is it's more about distributing the ball well and passing the ball around, working off the ball for an open shot, getting the ball to the guy who's open or down low or in the correct position, and also just being able to knock down your shots. Very efficient night for Great Bend. And like Coach Cree said, 52 points in the paint over, let me do quick math here, 32 minutes of basketball. You're going to win a lot of games if you can pull that off. Just a really, really impressive night for Great Bend basketball against Dodge, and hopefully they can carry that momentum forward. I mean, winning is a habit. Winning is, and shooting well is contagious. And the other thing is that you can carry that kind of momentum from one game into the next. And so while Great Bend may be kind of on the upswing here, we can hope that they continue to play very well. Sports Day is brought to you in part by Equity Bank. There when you need them. Bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com for more information. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. Lastly, by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison. We got to take our last break of the show. On the other side, we'll talk a little more K-State stuff. I'll also recap what happened between Northwest Tech and Barton last night. That's coming up on the other side of this break. You're listening to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville. Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Looking for a meaningful career where you can make a real difference? Barton Community College's adult healthcare program can get you there fast. Become a certified nurse aide or medication aide with Barton's state-approved training. Whether you're just beginning your education journey or advancing your career, Barton offers flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and hands-on training, giving you the knowledge, skills, and critical thinking necessary to thrive in today's world. Learn more at adulthealthcare.bartonccc.edu.
Community Doors, this is Hadley.
Hadley, what are we going to do today?
You have to work at C&E Doors. What if there's another power outage?
You're right, Hadley. People rely on us to be able to get into their houses and businesses. That is why we sell electric operators with battery backups and have been serving the community longer than anyone.
Does that mean you're getting old, Papa?
Not old, experienced.
Garage door service and repair at C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Welcome back. Final segment of Sports Day here on this Thursday. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Just came across on my telephone here. Want to let everybody know what's going on in the world of sports in the area. Barton basketball is underway. They've got the home opener going. They are playing against, hold on. Who are they playing? They're playing Allen County. They're welcoming in Allen County at Lawson Biggs Field. And at the end of one, Barton is up 2-0. So something to keep an eye on there. You can head out. It's free to attend. I'll actually be headed out there. I've got some things to take care of around the office, but I should be out there around, with any luck, 4 p.m. I'll be able to pull up. Sports Day is brought to you by Great Bend Rec, providing quality leisure, cultural, sports, fitness, and educational programs to improve the quality of the community and the individual lives of their community members. Also brought to you in part by Freedom Claims Management. Let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management, Inc. customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's needs. All right, so I mentioned at the top of the show, K-State basketball in a bad way. They are not having a great time. And I wanted to kind of highlight the state of K-State basketball, and I wanted to tell you about Jerome Tang's press conference and how bizarre and cut short it was. And I figured, you know what? These things are usually, like I said at the top of the show, these things are usually 10 minutes long, give or take 2 minutes or so. And I just, I figured it would be better to let people listen for themselves. And so here is what Jerome Tang had to say last night after K-State's 91-62 loss to the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Hey, I'm gonna honor Christ like I always do. Blessed to do this, but this was embarrassing. These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year. I'm embarrassed for the university. I'm embarrassed for our fans, our student section. You know, it is just ridiculous. We got practice at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we will get this thing right. I have no answer, no words. So y'all got 2 questions. So whoever want to ask 2 questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability right now. But right now, like I'm like pissed, and this is all right. Questions.
I guess it just kind of comes with the if you look at your road and home splits, the last 4 road games have been down the wire, and run off the court. Just kind of explain that.
Yeah, I don't know. I asked the staff this week that same question, and they said that more the opponents. You play. I don't know, because I followed Minnesota last year closely, and they played great on the road and struggled at home. So then they started staying in hotels at home, like treating it like a road game. And so I even talked about, hey, do we need to change that change? But no, none of that crap matter, man. These dudes got to have some. They got some pride, man. They got some pride. It means something to wear a K-State uniform. It means something to put on this purple, man. Everything this university is about and all that it's been about, why I love this place, man. They don't love this place, so they don't deserve to be here.
Just what did you make of the student section with paper bags on their heads?
Yeah, I'd wear a paper bag too if I was them. Thanks a lot, fellas. God bless.
And so that was all Jerome Tang had to say after that game last night. Yeah, again, normally wouldn't do that, but I figured, heck, man, that's a 2-minute soundbite. That's it's bad. Obviously, Jerome Tang stressed out, with good reason. His team's not very good, and he's under fire from the fan base. And I saw that one of the K-State students that showed up again with the bag on the head said, "Does anybody have $18 million or $18 million and whatever the other figure is?" Because that is Jerome Tang's buyout at K-State. Again, took them to an Elite Eight a couple of years ago, capitalized with a massive contract. And the thing that makes it worse for Kansas State is, typically buyouts, the closer you get to the end of a contract, that number goes down a little bit. And Jerome Tang's buyout, unfortunately, only decreases by about $3 million a year. And at this point, I don't know if there's much of a difference between $18 million and $15 million. Other than $3 million, which, of course, is, I don't want to sugarcoat it, extremely high, extremely large amounts of money, $3 million. But in the world of college athletics, that is pocket change to certain folks. And I wonder, does K-State have that lying in the coffers somewhere? And if not, boy, I don't know. You're going to enter next basketball season. If Jerome Tang is still there, and I've got no idea if he's in or out or what. I know I've spoken to Wyatt Thompson about it a little bit, and he says it kind of depends on who you ask. And I think that's a valid answer. But right now, Kansas State basketball in a bad way with a head coach who's cutting his press conferences short and saying things like, these guys don't deserve to wear the uniform. And that's potentially trying to send a message to your team. He's been generally positive. That's the thing. Even after bad losses, Jerome Tang has been generally positive about the effort of his team, about the state of the roster, about the way guys keep showing up and they're working hard and the effort is there and the shots just aren't falling or something like that. We've just got to do certain things better, but they are working and yada yada. But this is a complete change of pace from Jerome Tang regarding K-State basketball. And, it also doesn't help that KU just got a win over the number one team in the country in their home gym and is looking like every bit like the top 10 team they were supposed to be coming into the year. Even when Darren Peterson doesn't play, Kansas still took down Arizona. And meanwhile, K-State with a kid who was an All-American at point guard last year, you bring this in. This is a big fish, P.J. Haggerty, and he's the fourth or fifth leading scorer in the country, something like that, as far as points per game. And K-State just still can't. I mean, they can't get within 30 against a Cincinnati team that's just not particularly good. All right, up on the hill, Flesky Fieldhouse, Barton welcoming in Northwest Tech. This Northwest Tech team, you look at their records, and they kind of betray the state of the team, at least specifically on the women's side. This Northwest Tech team is 2-22 following last night. Barton gets the win 80-71. If you've been following Barton basketball, very different from what they've had their last couple of games. And I want to go over the numbers here. Barton's women have been, even in their losses, holding teams down defensively. They have been playing very well on defense. Going back to late January, we'll start with their win over Cloud County from a couple of weeks ago. They won that game 66-39, so they give up 39 points. At Colby, 63-53 win versus Coffeyville, 60-53 win. At Hutchinson, a top 20 team in the country, or inside the top 20 now, I believe. They lost that game 49-38. Even in the loss, they gave up just 49 points. And then a win at Pratt, they give up 43. So, I mean, they're holding teams to, high 40s, low 50s, which is an extremely low number as far as points given up. This game against Northwest Tech, they win it, but they win it by a final of 80-71. More points than they've scored in quite some time. When was the last time this Barton women's team scored 80? Do they have an 80-point game on the year? I'm looking back at it. I don't see. Yes, okay, so the last time they scored 80, it was at Northwest Tech. They won that game 83-43. They come in, they score 80, but they give up 71 points. And a big reason for that, was the play of Zaria Thomas. Thomas, a freshman for Northwest Tech. I can't remember where she's from, but she goes 7 of 10 from behind the arc. She finishes with 29 points. Northwest Tech shoots 13 of 29 from behind the arc, and that's really how they stay in the game as much as they did. Barton able to kind of keep them at arm's length for a lot of it. They exit the first quarter down. We'll look at box scores here. The score at the end of the first quarter was 24-18. Northwest Tech hit 6 of their 10 three-point attempts. Talked about Zaria Thomas. She went 3 of 4 in that first quarter. She came into this game shooting 1 of 17 in her last 3 games from behind the arc, but she goes, again, just lights it up, and Northwest Tech stays with it. But Barton does what they need to do offensively. They get a big night from Mary Akinde. She finishes with 26 points, 17 rebounds. 26 points is a career high for her. Over on the men's side, Barton has to hold on. It's a back-and-forth affair. The largest lead of the game is 8, which Barton has an 8-point lead early in the second half. But they're able to hold on 78-76. They come away with a win. Barton was receiving votes in the last top 25 poll. If they get a win on Saturday in Garden City, you have to think they're back into the top 25. And Barton, they were up by, I think, 7 up by 7 with about a minute to go. Northwest Tech makes 2 quick threes. Barton does not hit every single free throw, makes it a 2-point game. Turnover after the second made 3. Northwest Tech gets off a shot at the very end, but Blake Rucker flies in, gets the block. Rebound by Brian Sullivan Jr., and Barton escapes with a win. Cougars have won 5 in a row. They've won 7 of their last 8, and they're now tied for second place in the conference standings. So coming down to the wire in the Jayhawk, on the men's side especially, it is neck and neck as we get down the stretch. That's going to do it for today's show. Big thanks to Nathan Brockelman of Barton Wrestling. Big thanks to Kyle Cree of Great Bend Boys Basketball. Thanks to Landon Winkler for running the video feed and the cameras. Thanks to you for watching and listening. Check back in tomorrow. We'll have a great show for you. Carson DeBose and Connor Nickel of Sunflower Sports Solutions. That's coming your way tomorrow at 12:30 on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM.